This episode of The Rest is Football is powered by our new presenting partners, Fuse Energy. We're thrilled to welcome them to the team, especially outside the regular transfer window.
A new signing providing power and energy. That sounds like a bit of me back in the day, Gaz.
And reliable too, not one of those fair weather players who go missing in December.
Fuse will be powering The Rest is Football right through the season. They're one of the UK's fastest growing energy suppliers, building solar farms and helping homes make smarter choices. Power that performs throughout the season.
Fuse, keep everything running, lights on, meters smart, cars charged, a full squad you can count on.
And when you sign up for their fixed rates, your energy prices hold their shape, even as the nights turn colder and the title race heats up.
The season is long, but with Fuse, the energy never drops. For more information about energy that hits the top corner every time, head to fuseenergy.com/football. Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards, Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. We're going to look back on a very interesting week in the Carabao Cup. And, well, actually, you were at the game, weren't you? You watched Newcastle's victory against Spurs.
Yep.
Alan, Micah, you probably were watching at home like me, watching a variety of games.
Multi-view.
Yes, we did the same thing. The new multi-view thing works really well.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good, actually.
Yeah. So you can actually watch, well, I think it was about 4 matches at once because they didn't have on the ones that were their main priority on the televised thing. So I enjoyed doing it, watching it that way, especially when there were so many interesting games. How was it at St James's, defending the title?
Yeah, very good. I thought the best team won. I was impressed with Newcastle. They changed it around a bit, not as much as other teams, as did Tottenham, but they made 4 or 5 changes, I think, which was always going to be the case. But I thought, yeah, Spurs did all right. They made it difficult at times, but I did think Newcastle were the better team, had the better chances. Ramsdale had to make 2 very good saves in the second half to keep Newcastle in it, but it was a good atmosphere. They brought a load of fans. They filled the top area, Tottenham, so it was a really good atmosphere. But you can tell again that Newcastle want this trophy. And he rotated the squad and did a really good job on the players that came in and players that are on the fringe and not playing as much. Thought they did really, really well. So it was good to be there and it was a good atmosphere and they got a great draw as well, Newcastle, haven't they?
It was a draw?
We got a home draw at Fulham. I mean, are you being a little bit disrespectful to Fulham there, Alan? That could come back to bite you in the arse.
It might do, but you can't ask for any more than a home draw, and they've got that.
Can I have some credit, please, Al, for Voltemade? When you wasn't sure, you wasn't really know about it. He's a good player, isn't he?
He's done really well. He's definitely not a number 9. But because a lot of his good game, and it is good, is that he's coming towards the ball. But Newcastle have to get players beyond him. They have to get runners beyond him, whether that's the 2 wingers or whether that's the midfielders. And that will bring the best out of him. And obviously, you have to put crosses into the box because he's 6'6", whatever he is. So he needs balls into the box. And another really good header last night. Brave keeper made a bit of a hash of it, but he gets his goal. He won't be bothered about that. So he's had a brilliant start to his career at Newcastle. He really has.
Just one more question from me, Al. Where in Newcastle? Because I know you was a little bit disappointed at the start of the season. It looks like they've turned it around. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I guess so. I think it was a big result for them at the weekend, scoring in the last couple of minutes at home. They need to carry that on now. They got West Ham this weekend. That's what they need to do. I mean, they've got West Ham Sunday, and then they've got Athletic Bilbao, I think, on Wednesday. So 2 big games, but they need to keep their league form going and start and climb the table. But I think it's starting to come together after a bit of a tough start and a bit of a tough pre-season for Newcastle for obvious reasons. And there was always going to... And I asked Eddie that at the weekend, didn't I, at Football Focus, when I interviewed him, that did he expect such a bit of a difficult, rocky start? And I think because of everything that's gone on, then the answer to that was yes. But there are signs it's just starting to happen for Newcastle now.
Just got to sort their away form out a little bit, haven't they?
I think it's four goal scorers in the league which that needs to improve. But yeah, I think positive signs. I would be reasonably confident going into this weekend's game at West Ham that they can go there and do something, hopefully get the 3 points. But it's looking decent for Newcastle, yeah?
Yeah, both Newcastle and Spurs left out a few players, as most teams did, but by and large still played really strong team. Liverpool, by contrast, left an awful lot of players out. Now, this was, I think, a bit of a gamble from Slot. I think he's almost, I wouldn't say thrown the game, but I think he's, in the bigger picture, he's decided that the Carabao Cup wasn't important, that the games coming up, obviously they've got Villa at the weekend, and then they've got Real Madrid. And I think that's taken priority. But when you're in a bit of a losing run, is that a good call? And I think even the teams that did make a few changes, they still had strong players on the bench that they could bring on. If you looked at Liverpool's bench last night, I think most people would struggle to recognise most, if not all, of the players that were on the bench.
In fairness, though, with Liverpool, I remember in previous seasons, they've always used their youngsters, certainly at this stage of the Cup. So in answer to your question, maybe for a little bit of confidence, you could have put a couple of bigger names on there. But I actually think it was the right decision.
Really?
I really do. And I know they've been through a difficult time. But the fact that the League Cup compared to the Premier League and the Champions League, it's not as big, if we're all being honest about the situation. And I think you're alluding to more of the confidence in the camp and having another loss, and then the pressure, and then the fans piling in. At the moment, guys.
Yeah, very good, Micah. Very good.
At the moment, Liverpool are just searching. And expectation levels are massive because of last season. They've brought in some new players. The new players haven't performed at the level. It's as simple as that. We've talked about Liverpool. We'll try to give them all the excuses that they want, and things take time. But top players are bought for 100 plus because they're not supposed to take time. That is the thing with Liverpool. And I just think for a manager, he's got to pick and choose the right moments for the players to get the wins and losses. And yesterday wasn't the biggest competition, so I totally understood why he did it.
I think it's a massive gamble. And you'll only find out if they're the right decision if they win on Saturday night against Villa. Because clearly that's his priority, and Real Madrid. And then I think it's City the following weekend, isn't it? City away. To put all those youngsters out, I know they still had some experience in there, but to put them there and against that very, very good, talented Crystal Palace side, I don't know. I sort of get why managers do it, and no one says anything if they go out and they win the game. But when you are beaten, and you're beaten as easy as like that, when you're a massive club like Liverpool and they're going through what they are, we will only find out if it's the right decision if they beat Villa. If they don't beat Villa, then the pressure will mount massively on him. Because
to counteract that, though, Al, don't you think Isak's been struggling with his groin? McAllister's not been up to full fitness, which is probably why he played. Gravenberch has been carrying something. Frimpong got a hamstring injury early doors. The goalkeeper Alisson's been out. We've had to change with Mamardashvili. I just think you can look at it two ways, and I think you have a valid point and a good argument. But in the grand scheme of things, in the bigger picture, if you could keep your first team players fit and give them a little bit of the rest, now would be the time to do that. Yeah,
but then you need a result. You're
correct.
I don't think the word crisis is the right word, but they're in a sticky situation, Liverpool.
If you look at the statistics, Al, that's they've lost 6 games since September the 27th, which is more than any other side in Europe's top 5 leagues, and they've also conceded in all of their last 10 games. So you're right, it is a sticky moment. He's had to make a call, and he's made that call that.
Well, he got it wrong, didn't he?
Well, they've got it wrong in terms of the Carabao Cup, but maybe he's thinking, there's a lot of games to be played this season. There's a lot of time to go. There's a lot of Champions League matches, extra nowadays, of course, than they used to be because of the new league.
Yeah, but you get done on a dodgy decision or a last-minute goal and you think, okay, when you're getting done 3-0 and battered at Anfield, then that adds more pressure. What they didn't want last night was exactly what happened, going in against a really good Palace side who battered them in front of their own fans. Palace fans are singing, "Can we play you every week?" That's when it turns into an awful decision. But the bigger picture is he's left them out because he needs them ready for Saturday night and he needs them ready for Tuesday evening against Real Madrid, Villa and Real Madrid. If they lose those two, then it's been a shocking decision because he's left them out because they need a rest and they need to try and get a bit of confidence in preparation for those games. So basically, they have to win on Saturday evening for it to be the right decision.
Can I just ask you, Al, are you talking about from your opinion as a fan, a pundit, ex-player? Would you have a difference of opinion if you were still in management, or you just think if you was in management at Liverpool, you would have just played I wouldn't say your best team, but more first team players? Because it's interesting to know what your opinion, how managers think differently to us watching a game on the side.
Well, he's never going to get any sympathy from anyone in terms of saying that the squad depth, because he said about Manchester City afterwards that they made 10 changes, I think, or 9 changes from the weekend. But you could see in their squad was much better than the one that Liverpool put out last night. But he's not going to get any sympathy after spending, I don't know, 450 million in the summer, is he? So I'm saying it from everything, from the bigger picture, I guess, is that all teams make changes, but when you have to also be conscious is that fans are paying really good money to go and see your team get a result, not to see a lot of kids go out there and get battered by a very good Crystal Palace team. And we can't make this about Liverpool. We have to also say how great Crystal Palace were and what a job he's doing there, because they've got some, as we've said so many times, some very, very good players. And that was a great performance. Don't forget, they're in Europe as well,
Absolutely.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and they had a poor result, obviously, in Europe a week or so ago, which was a surprise, but they've got time to turn that around. So let's have a word on Palace, because that's a great victory, whoever you're playing, if it's at Liverpool. Ismail Sarr as well.
What a goal. What about his goal?
2 good finishes.
The one where he flicked it around the corner. And then got it back and then bent it in. What a goal. Incredible. The way they passed it through and the ability and skill and then to finish it off. Brilliant. Some talented players in that team.
Getting rid of Eze and then bringing in Pino. Jeremy Pino. What a player. He's been since he's come into the side. He's obviously, I'd say slightly different to Eze, but plays in that role where he's really good on the ball, can see a pass, find space. I would say Eze was more of a dribbler at the start, especially when he was at QPR. I thought he's adapted his game a little bit, but Pino, he's just fit straight in.
Yeah. Not the only Pino I enjoyed last night. I had a nice bottle.
I didn't enjoy Pino because I'm off the alcohol.
Pinot Noir. Yeah, it was nice while we watched the football.
Nice.
No better.
Very nice.
Did he cook Gazza or not?
No, I actually went out for an early dinner last night and got back in time for the football. So, yeah. Went to a place called Riva in Barnes, marvellous, old school Italian.
Guys, can I just going back on the Newcastle game? Did you see the incident where I think it was Jed Spence for the corner? He went down to fasten his boots, fasten his laces, and there was as Thomas Frank's interview afterwards suggested that he wasn't happy with the referee at all for allowing the corner kick to be taken. Did you see it, Micah?
No, I didn't see it.
So the ball went out for a corner, Newcastle's corner. And Jed Spence's, there was some sort of tackle, and I think his laces became undone, and he had to take his boot off and he had to put it back on, and he took nearly a minute to do that. And just as he got it on, and was running back into the box to pick up whoever or get his position. Newcastle took the corner and scored from the corner, and all the Spurs fans were going mad, saying the referee should have waited a lot longer for him to get back in. Did you see it, guys?
Yeah, I saw it, but
No, I mean, I'm not.
I think you've got to get on with it and get your
position,
back in
and then
quick.
if you have to put your boot on a minute later, then do it. But get your position first.
Have you noticed, Mike, how he magnificently got it back to Newcastle, even though
Sorry, guys, I just forgot about that incident.
Yeah, absolutely. Manchester City went a goal behind, which was a cracking goal that was scored, but they came back as you expected they did. And it is true that when Pep kind of juggles, they have got a big squad, haven't they, where they've, you look at the team and you go, oh, there's a lot of talent still right throughout.
Yeah, there is. Swansea could have made it 2 with a shot just past the post, but then I think Man City dominated without scoring at that time, and then once they scored a couple, it was nice to see Mamouche back, getting a goal, Ryan Shirky back from injury, and Doku's goal was a slight deflection.
A slight deflection?
Well, I mean, a deflection there. It was a deflection.
Yeah.
But yeah, their goal was amazing, wasn't it? Did you see the goal, Al?
Baptista Franco.
I saw the Man City goals, yeah. Obviously, I was at the game. I saw the Man City goals.
It was amazing, the Swansea goal. Bent it right into the top corner. It was just effortless. Yeah, it was a really good goal. But for Man City, still not firing on all cylinders, but just doing what they need to do. That result against Villa last week was really frustrating because it didn't create a great deal. But back to normal service.
Okay, let's take a break there and come back with a few of the other fixtures in a moment. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer, Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker, discussing the Carabao Cup ties that we've had this week. Amongst those, Arsenal continue to impress, and he rotated a reasonable amount, but it also shows you the strength in depth that Arsenal now have. They won, I thought Brighton gave a good fist to themselves, particularly in the first half, had chances. Kepa came into play, didn't he? And made 1 or 2 really good saves. But they've won again, another clean sheet.
Just going to say that, yeah. And again, a clean sheet. I know I saw the Brighton couple of chances that they went through one-on-one and missed it. But yeah, they keep on going, Arsenal, and they're looking incredibly strong. And you're right, with the squad that they've got a really good squad now, with the players that they've brought in and the youngsters. They've got some, Dowman started last night, didn't he, as well, and impressed.
I know. 15. It's not 16 yet. It's incredible.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Arsenal actually became the first English side in top flight history to win 6 games in a month without conceding a goal. Top flight history. I'm shocked at that.
But do you know they changed the whole of the back four as well? Look at this for a second string defence. Ben White, Mosquera, is that how I pronounce it? Mosquera, Hincapié, I think it is. Mm-hmm. Hincapié and Lewis Skelly. That is a second choice back four. It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And Arsenal now, they're really cooking. They're cooking on something. But can we get rid of this narrative of set piece FC? Set pieces were always used in a great light before. A broadcaster put the table up if Arsenal didn't score from set pieces.
Oh, no.
And there wasn't... I'm like, what's that got to do with anything?
It's the new world, Mike. It's content, I think. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, my God. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Content spelt with a U. What about, Mac, we mentioned him briefly, but Max Dowman, he had the most dribbles completed, the most fouls won, and the most duels won at 15 years old.
Incredible.
My goodness me.
He's got to obviously get the balance right in terms of using him and playing him, looking to protect him and look after him. But bloody hell, man, 15. It's like, wow, 15. It's incredible to go out and play on that stage and just look just look right and just look as if he belongs there. It's mad.
What was you guys doing at 15?
Me, I hadn't reached puberty. I used to hide in the showers, man. It was honestly, I was a little boy in all ways. I was just think, honestly, 15.
His lugs were bigger than his cock.
Still oral. Dear, do you know the one thing that doesn't stop growing are your bloody ears? How's your luck in life? I mean, really. I don't know. Oh, dear. You absolute dick. Anyway, let me tell you what Arteta said about him. He said, Max Dowman is a gem. If I'm not going to play him, that means I'm blind. When you look at Max Dowman in training, you have to play him. If you are not blind, or I am blind. I know if you look at a passport, he's 15. He's just different. The feeling that I have is that genuinely, Max loves it here. He's a huge Arsenal supporter and his family also. Hopefully for many years he will be with us, Arteta added. With a scholarship contract signed, but also a pro contract for 2026 already agreed ahead of the future. I mean,
what a talent.
I mean, I think people are thinking of generational talent here. Maybe England has found one. England has got one special, but you have to be slightly hesitant and not build him too much.
Yeah, but you can't not talk about him, Gaz. You have to say, yeah.
But you can't. It's like Lamine Yamal. We talked about him when he was 15 and 16. He was coming into the Barcelona team in similar circumstances, plays in a similar position. If there's something as exciting in terms of talent as Max Dowman, then let's talk about him, because ultimately a lot of how well he does will be how he handles this kind of thing. And he seems to be obviously someone mature beyond his years, but it will be part and parcel of how well he does. He'll have to deal with fame at a very early age, and which is not easy. But you know, we've seen it before with young talent. You know, someone like Wayne Rooney. Remember when he came through? He's a little bit older, but I find it quite exciting.
He's special, isn't he? He's special. I think the difference is that I see with him is normally you get thrown in at 15, 16 because you are physically developed, and he's technically developed, which would say that he's going to be something special. Once he's just got a window from, I'd say, 16 to 18 to keep developing at the same rate. And Arteta comes with these quotes, but he has to be playing also, because you can't get 30 minutes here and then 90 minutes because other people are developing at a quicker rate than you'd be. Maybe he needs to go out on loan. I know that's maybe too early. I don't think he can go out on loan yet at 15. I know, but he's not going to get the game time.
If he's that good, he will.
But he plays in a position that Saka plays, so he's not.
Well, I've seen him play in other positions, but
he can play number 10 and he can play the other side and all that sort of stuff. But the manager, the way he is, I would say, as on the side of being a little bit more defensive than attacking and then allowing the players to come on. But he's not going to play in ahead of Saka. But to keep developing, he needs to play. That would be my only worry.
It's going to be really interesting following his career and how Arteta does deal with him. It's like anything. If you're that good,
he'll find a way. Yeah, exactly.
He'll find a way to play him.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. Wolves-Chelsea was quite an encounter. Producer John, he's not on today, so I think he must be in a state of depression or something. Bless him. They were getting battered, but they did at least show a little bit of spirit and came back and got themselves back into the game.
When I saw the goals, I'm thinking you're 2-0 down, you're playing out from the back, and you're getting caught on the ball, and it's like, what are you doing? I mean, and then I'm hearing the fans singing you're getting sacked in the morning to the manager, and it's like, oh my goodness. I mean, they were terrible. But they had a bit of a fight back, didn't they? They got one just before half time, a little bit of a fight back second half. What about Gitten's goal, the fourth goal for Chelsea?
Oh, the last one, yeah.
How good was that, eh?
Absolute beauty, wasn't it?
Woo, yeah.
Class goal.
You know, when you got to sometimes try and help yourselves. And I look at Wolves and the 2-0 down at home getting booed, and they're just like, there's some of that play from the back was like, what are you doing?
I feel a little bit though for the manager coach. He came in, didn't he, last season? He did a really, really good job. And then what happens in the summer? They sell their best two players, Aït-Nouri and Cunha, and they are really, really high-class footballers. And, I mean, Aït-Nouri's had a bit of an injury. He's just come back this season for Manchester City. Cunha's had injuries as well, but he's also played exceptionally on occasion for Manchester United. So if you lose your best two players and then don't really replace them, I mean, what do they actually expect? And as usual, who will get the blame? The coach. And it just makes me feel like, what chance have you got? It's such a hard game.
You know more about coaching than me, Al, being in that situation where you want more, but you can only work with what you've got. And that's the situation Pereira's in at the moment, which is difficult. I remember interviewing him at Man City last season. It was at Man City. Wolves were playing Man City, and I believe what he said, they was going through a difficult time, but he turned it around and he said with more time, he's going to be a top Premier League manager. But if he's not got the tools to do it, what's he supposed to do? What is he actually supposed to do? And it was a good comeback yesterday, 3-0 down. To come back and get 3 goals is big for them. It went 3-2, didn't it? Then it went to 4-2 and then 4-3, I think it was.
They had Delap sent off as well, didn't they? Another red card.
Yeah, Delap sent off.
It was a stupid challenge, wasn't it?
But it is quite impossible for a manager when he's not got the players to do what he wants. It's as simple as that.
I don't suspect this Strand Larson thing helped either, when it was touch and go whether Newcastle will come in.
You're talking about Liverpool unsettling Isak. You unsettled Strand Larson.
I never mentioned that at all. You brought that
up. It's all right when it works in your favour, isn't it?
As you mentioned there, another red card. I mean, 2 yellows for Delap having come back from injury and came on it. What was he doing?
Second challenge is
silly,
stupid. When you're on a yellow card and then to go and do that, it's like no wonder managers get frustrated and get angry with players sometimes when that happens, especially when you're on a run like they are in terms of the red cards.
Yeah.
And he's just come back as well, hasn't he, from injury?
Well, elsewhere on Tuesday night, Brentford put 5 past Grimsby, didn't they? Wycombe Wanderers took Fulham all the way to penalties but missed out. And Cardiff won the Battle of Wales after beating Wrexham 2-1. A story that could have been for Wrexham, but alas, it wasn't. The quarter-final draw, as you've already mentioned, Al, has been, you think, kind to Newcastle. Fulham
home
fans.
Draw,
yeah.
Well, I might beg to differ. Man City got a home draw, Micah, against Brentford. Cardiff, Chelsea. Arsenal, Crystal Palace. Newcastle, Fulham. So,
what a few days it's been for Brentford, by the way, beating Liverpool in the way they did and then putting 5 past Grimsby, knocked Man United out, didn't they, in the earlier round. So what a week it's been for them. It's looking promising there. Tough quarter-final draw for them, though.
Who are you fancying, Micah? Who's your money on?
What, for the whole thing?
Yeah.
He knows he wants to say Newcastle, but he's stopped himself.
What he's doing here, Alan, he's deciding whether he wants to go for Arsenal or Manchester City. I know exactly what he's thinking.
No, I do like Newcastle. I think they're really explosive. I think you need to score more goals with what you have, though. I think that's fair. I don't know if you've got the balance quite right. They're on the wings, that is, but you played a lot better. I like Palace. I really like Palace a lot.
Tough draw away at Arsenal.
But I think Arsenal beat them. Man City. I think it depends on the draw, but in a one-off game, I think Man City could beat anyone.
Okay. Before we go, we need to announce the winner of this month's Fantasy Football Prize. And
before you go on on to that, who's bottom of the fantasy football?
Who is it?
You, Alan.
Oh, is it? My son is useless, by the way, honestly.
Oh, he's blaming his son now. He was...
When he wins, it's him. When he loses, it's his son. Oh, you can't make it up.
Oh, that's harsh. Anyway, we need to announce the fantasy football prize. Now, I think we've cocked up a little bit with this because you'll recall that Dan Hyman had topped the league. After Mickey van der Ven's 23-point haul, he's done it again, Dan Hyman, and he's sneaked ahead. Now, he's obviously a very deserved winner, but the idea is not really to get the same people winning all the time. But he will get his prize. He'll get a signed shirt, a different one. But from here on in, I think the way we're going to do it, we're just going to do it for the actual month itself. So that also gives everyone a chance that's like not at the top, because obviously if you're at the top, if you run away with it, you win it every single month, and we don't want that. But we can't change the rules after we've announced them, but what we can do is we can change them from now. So even if you're near the bottom of the fantasy football league, if you have a really good month, you could still win a prize. Even you, Micah.
Guys, just a quick one though. A lot of people are cheating.
How do you cheat at fantasy?
There's a lot of websites out there using AI technology, something that I'm a part of. I think you need to, and I've not used it, by the way, before you ask Alan, that it basically predicts the points that you're going to get and it suggests transfers. I think to make it fair, everyone who's doing the league shouldn't be going on them websites.
How can you stop them though if you've just announced it to the world?
Well, from now on, well, you've got to pay for some of these websites. Not everyone wants to pay for it, Alan.
Okay, and have you ever been on one of these websites?
Yeah, I mean, AI knows things, and it knows about, obviously it takes information from everything, but it can't predict if somebody's going to play well or get injured, or, I mean, they can't.
All the best players in the world on fantasy football are using some sort of AI tool.
You think? Oh.
Fact.
But there's nothing in the rules that says you can't, is there?
No, there's not. But, I mean, if you want to give out prizes every week or every month.
Well, everyone can use AI if they want to get into it then, I suppose.
You haven't got that address for the website, have you, please?
Anyway, the next prize will be, we got another shirt signed by Marcus Rashford, who was kind enough to do that for us. We'll see you on Monday, and when we'll be reviewing this weekend's fixtures. But for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Have a great weekend.